gentlemen, we are
Brass Farthing!
And it is our great pleasure now to sing for our supper. Yeah. So I think we might know a song about beer. No, I won't sing of whiskey and water, for whiskey with beer does not rhyme. Working men can't afford champagne, it's a bit much at £2 each time. So I'll sing you a song of a gargle and I hope so cheer. I lived at a grand institution, not a glorious tonic called beer.
Beer, 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 glorious beer, fill yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it, now all together a cheer. Hear, hear! Up with the sail of it, down with the pail of it, glorious, glorious beer.
It's a dandy holy vacation, the best thing there is for the day. Good as a tonic or lotion for persons of every sect. And now we know the goddess of wine was, but was there a goddess of beer? So let us drink to her health, boys, and wish that we just had her here.
Right here, beer, beer, glorious beer, fill yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it, now all together a cheer. Hear, hear! Up with the sail of it, down with the pail of it, glorious, glorious beer.
So it's up with brandies and soda.
Up.
Down, down, down with the beer.
Down, down.
Good for you when you are hungry. You can eat it without any fear. So pick up a pint while you're able. Oh, whether you're poor or a peer. And I know that you'll join us in wishing good health to the company here.
Right here, beer, beer, glorious beer, fill yourselves right up to here. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it, now all together a cheer. Hear, hear! Up with the sail of it, down with the pail of it, glorious, glorious beer.
It's our pleasure. I believe perhaps a hymn now.
A hymn. And a her. We have before.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hail the day so long expected, hail the year of full release. Zion's walls are now erected, and her watchmen publish peace. Through Shiloh's wide dominion, hear the trumpet loudly roar. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. All her merchants stand with wonder, what is this that comes to pass? Murmuring like a distant thunder, crying, oh, alas, alas. Swell the sound, ye kings and nobles, priests and people, rich and poor. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. Sound the trumpet in Mount Zion, Christ shall come a second time, ruling with a rod of iron all who now as foes combine. Babel's garments we've rejected, and her fellowship is o'er. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more. Babylon is fallen, it's fallen, it's fallen. Babylon is fallen to rise no more.
Thank you. Let me see. What have you in mind, gentlemen?
Oh, that's a
right.
tricky question, isn't it?
Three jolly coachmen sat at an English tavern.
Three jolly coachmen sat at an English tavern.
And they decided
And they decided
to have another another flagon.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. Tomorrow we'll be sober.
Here's to the man who drinks water pure and goes to bed quite sober.
Here's to the man who drinks water pure and goes to bed quite sober.
He falls as the leaves do fall.
He falls as the leaves do fall. He falls as the leaves do fall.
He'll die before October.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be.
Tomorrow we'll be sober. Here's to the man who Here's to the man who drinks brown ale and goes to bed quite mellow.
Here's to the man who drinks brown ale and goes to bed quite mellow.
He lives as he ought to live.
He lives as he ought to live. He lives as he ought to live.
He'll die a jolly good fellow.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be.
Tomorrow we'll be sober. Here's to the maid who steals a kiss and stays to steal another.
Here's to the maid who steals a kiss and stays to steal another.
She's a boon to all mankind.
She's a boon to all mankind. She's a boon to all mankind.
For she'll soon be a mother.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be.
Tomorrow we'll be sober. Here's to the maid who steals a kiss and runs to tell her mother.
Here's to the maid who steals a kiss and runs to tell her mother.
She's a very foolish girl.
She's a very foolish girl. She's a very foolish girl.
For she'll not get another.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be.
Tomorrow we'll be sober. Three jolly coachmen sat in an English tavern.
Three jolly coachmen sat in an English tavern.
And they decided.
And they decided. And they decided.
To have another flagon.
Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over. Landlord, fill the flowing bowl until it doth run over.
For tonight will merry, merry be.
For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. Tomorrow we'll be sober.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Gentlemen, why don't you come forward and sing to us something pleasant and delightful.
And delightful. And pleasant.
All be delightful.
Oh, goodness me.
Pleasant issue. Come on in, come in.
Got it right here.
Pleasant and delightful on a midsummer's morn, when the green fields and the meadows were covered with corn, and the blackbirds and thrushes sang from every green spray, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day. And the larks they sang melodious, and the larks they sang melodious, and the larks they sang melodious at the dawning of the day. A sailor and his true love were a-walking that day. Said the sailor to his true love, I am bound for away, bound for the East Indies, where the loud cannon roar. I must go and leave you, Nancy, you're the girl that I adore. I must go and leave you, Nancy. I must go and leave you, Nancy. I must go and leave you, Nancy. You're the girl that I adore. Then the ring from
off her finger, she instantly drew. Say, take this, dearest William, and me heart will go too. And as he was embracing her, tears from her eyes fell, saying, may I go along with you? Oh no, me love, farewell.
Saying, may I go along with you? Saying, may I go along with you? Saying, may I go along with you? Oh no, me love, farewell.
So it's very well, my Nancy, I can no longer stay, for the topsails they are hoisted and the anchors are weighed. Our good ship lies waiting for the next flowing tide, and if ever I return again, I will make you my bride.
And if ever I return again, and if ever I return again, and if ever I return again, I will make you my bride.
Well done, boys. Let's have us a song about the railroad.
Oh, I see.
In 1841, me corduroy breeches I put on. Me corduroy breeches I put on to work upon the railway.
The railway, I'm weary of the railway, for Patty works on the railway.
I was wearing
Corduroy breeches, beat up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
in 1842. I found myself a job to do. I found myself a job to do, working on the railway.
The railway, I'm weary of the railway, poor Patty works on the railway.
I was wearing
Corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
in 1843. I went to work for the company. I went to work for the company, working on the railway.
I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
In 1844, I landed on Columbia Shore. I landed on Columbia Shore to work upon the railway.
I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
In 1845, when Daniel Connell, he was alive. When Daniel Connell, he was alive and working on the railway.
I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
In 1846, I made my way from carrying bricks. I made my way from carrying bricks and working on the railway.
I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
In 1847, me, Patty, was thinking of going to heaven. If he left one child, then he left 11.
11.
To work upon the railway.
The railway, I'm weary of the railway, poor Patty works on the railway.
I was wearing
Corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway.
in 1848, I learned to drink my whiskey straight. I learned to drink my whiskey straight and work upon the railway.
I was wearing corduroy breeches, digging up ditches, pulling switches, dodging hitches. I was working on the railway. I was working on the railway. I was working on the railway. I was working on the railway.
Well done, lads. Well done. We've had a request. Let's do our best for a clean version of Bertha's muscles.
Really, sir?
It's not your problem. I've got the last verse.
And the first.
8. Bertha's muscles,
They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room. You can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's. You'll be in for a rare old treat.
A sailor came to Bertha's with a problem most severe. His manly pride had been atrophied from a voyage of 14 years.
14 years?
But he ate a plate of mussels. Now he sings in a different key. Get them set right, he'll be in there tonight, and you'll never go back to sea.
So eat Bertha's mussels. They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room. You can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's. You'll be in for a rare old treat.
A lady came to Bertha's who wanted a daughter or son. The doctor had said with a shake of his head that she couldn't have either one. So she ate the plate of mussels and went home to her husband dear.
Oh dear.
She tuned up his cruise, and I'll tell you the truth, they're triplets the very same year.
So eat Bertha's mussels. They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room. You can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's. You'll be in for a rare old treat.
They will cure your consternation, cure your dyspepsia too. Just swallow a box full, something I won't talk about, all the measles or the flu.
So if you fancy a healthy life, get your daily dosage straight. A plate a day of Bertha's mussels, and you'll live till you're 98. So eat Bertha's mussels. They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room. You can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat,
Hold it again!
just follow your nose to Bertha's. You'll be in for a rare old treat. So eat Bertha's mussels. They're the best there is by far. You can eat them in the dining room. You can eat them in the bar. So when you're ashore in Baltimore and you fancy a bite to eat, just follow your nose to Bertha's. You'll be in for a rare old treat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been Brass Farthing, and we have a toast to the remaining hip hip hurrah, hip hip